The government of the Virgin Islands is expected to announce a new labor policy early this year. This was disclosed by Deputy Premier and Minister with Responsibility for Labor, Dr. Kedrick Pickering, on December 17, 2012 in his contribution to the 2013 budget debate.
We have now a draft labor policy that have been distributed to all members of the government for review. And we expect that early in 2013, Madam Speaker, that the Honorable Premier will be able to announce a new labor policy, because we discovered that, and the Honorable Premier did announce in his budget presentation that there would be an increase in labor fees, but it's, you know, someone asked me, that's how I expect poor people like we to pay more for labor. And I had to reassure that individual that labor fees are not going to be increased on everybody in a uniform way. That's not what is going to happen, because the financial services industry itself has pointed out that there should be an increase in fees on professional areas, because those people can pay more.
The Labor Minister said there has been a reduction in the number of complaints against the Labor Department. He said some structural adjustments have been made at the department to better meet the needs of the public.
We have taken the bold step of doing some structural adjustment, because what we discovered is that, again, you know, people must feel good about themselves when they come to work. And so we were readjusting the structure of the department so that the public who's being served is better served, and the service that we are rendering to the public is one that is of a high standard.
641 new work permits were issued in 2012, out of a total of 7,635 persons now on work permit. Pickering announced a new approach toward the issuance of professional work permits. He also disclosed that a unit has been set up specifically to handle the processing of work permits for skilled people in the yachting sector and financial services.
Because if we need professional expertise, you can't expect a high-flying accountant, a lawyer, physician, or wherever, who to leave their job with their family where they are to come to the BVI with a one-year work permit, not knowing if it is going to be renewed. So we have learned, for instance, that as we think about increasing fees on work permits on professionals in the workforce, we also have to pay attention to the issuance of work permits that are either for a 2 or 3 year period in the first instance. And so that's a part of the policy that we're studying. But we learned how critically important that was going through. We also learned, Madam Speaker, that the yachting industry had some specific needs that we had to pay attention to, because, and we had a specific meeting with the charter yacht industry, and the uniqueness of crude yachts versus bareboat chartering, and the fact that individuals who are working on the crude yachts are individuals that have special skills, and invariably these are persons who are difficult to find and are usually needed at short notice. So we have now set up within the Department of Labor a specific unit that are processing work permits for the financial services industry and also for the yachting industry. And so far, Madam Speaker, the feedback has been very positive.
During the Standing Finance Committee, Acting Labor Commissioner Janice Reimer, in response to a query made by District 1 Representative Andrew Foy, confirmed that allocations have been made in 2013 budget to hire an employment services manager. Reimer said a section of the department is being renovated to house the employment services unit, where persons would be able to visit the department to register and receive assistance with job placements.